Hi, friends. I'm so delighted to see you. I hope my voice sounds all right. My name's Luciano. I make videos on the internet, and for the last couple of days, I have been over at the hospital. I got really sick on Tuesday, which I believe was February 17th, and I went over to the local emergency room, which thankfully was located maybe 5 or so minutes from where I live by car, and I spent all of Wednesday and all of Thursday in the emergency room. I got a gallbladder removal surgery. I had health stuff related to my gallbladder, and I think that I want to make videos talking about it. But like more than anything else, I wanted to make this super quick video to let people know that I was okay because people were a little bit worried about me and wanted to know what's going on. I've talked pretty candidly about some of my health stuff in the past, so this isn't exactly anything like super new, but if you didn't know this about me, I have been pretty chronically ill for a good portion of my adult life for the last like 5 or so years, and it has been a bit of a struggle. One of the things I found out when I was over at the hospital this time around was that hopefully this should lessen the intensity of some of my chronic health stuff, which is very exciting. I do want to talk more about it in like the days to come, but like I'm still loopy and out of it, and I wanted to try and sit down and see what it would be like to make a video while in this state of being like on pain medication and all that fun stuff. I'm very delighted with the service that I was able to receive. I was at the Wesley Long Hospital, which is part of the Cone Health System. I am someone who lives in Greensboro, North Carolina. I had a really fun time while I was there, which is such a funny thing to say, but it's very funny because I think that like depending on the space that you know me in, I have a bit of a like hot-headed personality. I am not a nice person to try and debate with, but if you're seeing me outside of like debating contexts and stuff, I'm like very friendly and chatty. A lot of a lot of the doctors and nurses, especially people over the phone, were just like, "You sound so cheery for someone who was in the for someone who's in the hospital." And my perspective on that, as someone who has done hospital stuff before, is that like if I'm in the hospital, I'm trying to get better, and I'm surrounded by like professionals who know my health stuff and are equipped to help me in ways that I am not equipped to help myself. So I'm in the best possible place I could be. I was very lucky and blessed isn't quite the right word, but like blessed, I guess, to be a part of a vibrant spiritual community because my partner and I attend a Quaker church, which is located right next door to the Wesley Long Hospital, and because of that, multiple people were able to stop in and see me. My pastor, who is a good friend of mine, someone I admire a great deal, named Leah, was able to stop by, and it was honestly just so wonderful to be surrounded by family and friends. I have family who are with me right now while I'm in like my immediate recovery phase. If I seem a little bit out of it, which I probably do, it's because I got back today, like a couple of hours ago, and I'm starting to feel more into it. But I want to try and continue uploading videos, even if those videos are sometimes a little bit messy. It's also kind of neat to talk about myself, like frankly and stuff. For the last couple of years, I have had chronic health episodes where, usually in the middle of the night, but sometimes in the middle of the day, I would wake up and I would be like violently ill. And it would be really intense and really painful, but it would like last like maybe an hour and a half. And then when it faded away almost completely. But that was something that like it shook me up every time that it happened. And there was a period where it was really, really, really bad. There was a period where it was almost daily, basically after every meal that I ate. So I would eat like the smallest amount possible, and I would learn to sort of self regulate and control my diet to the point where I was able to eat and only get like a little bit sick. I then went and got like antacid medication, which did help a great deal, and that allowed me to begin to regain some sense of normalcy. And over the course of like a couple of years, I both acclimated to it, and also I just like it did seem to just genuinely lessen both in intensity and in frequency. And because of that, I was able to like make steps towards regaining some sort of normal life. But then for some reason on Monday of this week, I had an episode that was more intense than any episode that I'd had in the past, but it was also short. So I was able to just sort of work through it, and I was like, oh, that really sucked. I wrote about that on the posts if you like follow like my community section and all that stuff. And then on Tuesday I had another episode that was much longer and much more intense, and it was gross. And so on Tuesday, my partner and I made the decision for me to go to the doctor. And when I was talking to the doctor was like, "Yeah, based on what you're telling us and like our initial test results, you coming here was absolutely the right move. It's possible that you would have like gotten through this by yourself, but it would have kept happening." So they made the decision that when I was feeling a little bit better, they would remove my gallbladder, which they did. Um, and it's definitely really, 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 really weird being like just out of surgery and stuff. My surgery was yesterday, but like it's very weird being in like the brand new phase of like recovery and all of that. But I'm so delighted to be back home. I'm so honored and thankful that I had both like in-person friends who were able to come and see me and share their support and talk to me and keep me company, but also that I had like a vibrant community of online friends on here, on Discord, on Facebook, and in a bunch of other places that were happy to hear that I'm doing okay and that are like letting me know that they're sending good vibes and all that stuff. And I don't believe in any like prayers or anything, but it's like a nice sentiment. And that's something that I've been like really fond of lately. I feel like good vibes are sometimes enough to help a little bit. And knowing that people care about you and want you to do well, it's all a good feeling. But yeah, I think that that is going to be it for this video. I am planning to do more regular stuff in the future. I am planning to get back into live streaming and all of that. I was hoping to live stream this week, but obviously that didn't happen. It's Friday. I'm hoping that I can figure out a good day to start live streaming at some point next week when I've had more time to recover and I've had a chance to really catch my breath and to see what it's like post surgery. Because like last night the surgery happened yesterday morning, and then today I'm like just getting back home and I'm excited and I'm feeling good, but I know that like I still have like meds in me and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I really don't know how I'm going to be feeling in like a couple of days. And I want to see how all of that is before I try to get like really back into the swing of things. But I missed my online community and I'm so happy to be back and I am feeling good. I am going to continue to try and make content. And I know this video is not what a lot of people expect from this channel, but I hope that people are able to appreciate it for what it is. And that if anyone has any questions for me, and if anyone wants to hear more stuff about like my health journey, I would be interested in having conversations about that. But anyways, I hope that y'all are having a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everyone.